What are we discussing? I told you about this now, constitutional amendment, no? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Sharing of that revenue between what? State and center. Clear, everybody? Because clear cut what was written in list 2 on sale of goods within the state. Only state has the exclusive right. So on that, sharing between central and state. And similarly, let us say on sale of services or supply of services, the exclusive right was of only of central government. But now it will be shared between center as well as state. That's why we needed what? Constitutional amendment. Isn't it, everybody? Done till now?
Yes.
Chalo, write down now. There will be your now main 4 types of taxes. Okay. Done? All of you?
Yes, sir.
One is CGST. CGST, correct? Central government. Another SGST, state. That is also part of UT GST. That is Union Territory. And lastly is IGST, which is part of like, or you can say replacement of your CST. We'll come to that. Write down 4 names. Okay. So this is your Central Goods and Services Tax Act. CGST Act 2017. Right? I think I have with me reference books also. Just a minute. Huh? Can you see on this page? I'm not sure. Can you read it or not? Central Goods and Services Tax Act 2017. Can you see that? Yeah.
It's blur, sir.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Some reference books you can get actually, like Taxman and all GST for. You don't require it right now, obviously, because that's not for your level, but you can still have a pretty good idea. But the major I think I discussed, I don't know, but the major difference between income tax and GST from law point of view, from syllabus point of view or from practice point of view, GST is very vibrant. It keeps on changing on every day or every week basis. Okay. Right. So when even I was in CA final, income tax, you require book once in a year. You know that, no?
Yes.
One law is applicable for May and November. So 2 attempts is covered. 2 exams are covered in one finance at which you do.
Yes.
But GST, every 6 months, something changes. Every 6 months, right? Anyways, SGST is your state. So it is state wise, okay? State, goods and service tax. So obviously it is state specific, okay? It is state specific. So separate for each state. UT is your what? Union Territory. Union Territory, okay? GST. So it is UT GST Act 2017. UT GST 2017, okay? and IGST is your integrated GST. Integrated GST. So IGST at 2017, right? Yes, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now, try to understand. At par will be SGST and UTGST. At par, I'm saying par. Par, you understand, at same level. Who? SGST and UTGST. See, if it is either a state or it is either a union territory. Simple. Understood earlier?
Yes, sir.
The only difference is what you have a state government and union territories may or may not have their own legislatures. Yeah, isn't it?
Yes.
Some of them are directly controlled by the what?
Sir.
Center, or some of them may have their own legislature. Now, recently, what has happened? What has big changes happened in union territory in India? Anybody aware?
Governor is changed, no?
Governor is
No,
changed.
no.
I'm saying about new union territories or some no more union territories like that. I'm saying just like you at times split the state. Has any changes happened in recent
Yeah,
years? for
yes,
union?
sir. Yes, sir.
Which one?
Sir, Daman and Diu,
Pushkar, you should be knowing this.
Dadra and Nagar Haveli.
They are the same union territory.
Daman and Diu is same.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dadra and Nagar Haveli is also same.
No, Dadra Nagar Haveli and Silvassa, they are same.
Silvassa. Okay.
Yes.
And yes, I think somebody is saying something else was also changed now. All four are same now. Yes or no?
No, sir.
No? Are they merged? Daman, Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli?
Sir, they are merged now.
They are merged now. Right? Fine. I'll leave that. What about in North India? Top India?
Chandigarh. Chandigarh.
I'm talking about changes, not history. This is not your
North India,
GK.
Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah. Jammu and Kashmir is still a state, na? Ladakh is a union territory.
Ladakh is
Na?
union territory.
Remember till here?
Yes.
These are basic, I mean, not basic, but recent changes. Yeah, and even those two different union territories are now merged. Okay, Dadra Nagar and Daman and Diu are now one union territory. Okay. Fine till here. We'll see that also. That is given to us. We'll see that. What were we writing? Achha, you have written this types of taxes. Hai na?
Yes.
Pay attention. Now, when do we use when? That is what we are going to write down. Okay. So that depends on type of sale. That sale is also used. I mean, we can use the word supply in fact. So type of supply. Write down the word type of supply under GST. We use commonly sale, but sale is just one of the parts of supply. Okay, so type of supply or types of supply under GST. First one is intrastate. Intrastate, let us say I'm writing the word sale. Intrastate sale. Clear? Intrastate sale. What do you mean by this?
Within the state.
Within the state means the buyer and seller are within the state?
Yes.
Hai na? All of you?
Yes, sir.
What happened? Buyer and seller are within the state. Write down. So intra-state or oblique write down intra-UT. UT means union territory. Okay. So that is buyer and seller. Buyer and seller are within same state or what? UT. Clear? Over there, we charge both
GST and SGST.
central as well as state. State replaced with UT. Okay, pay attention. SGST plus CGST. If the intra is within the union territory, so what will you charge? UTGST, correct? Plus CGST. Are you understanding or no?
Yes, sir.
If the buyer and seller both are in Daman and Diu, what will happen? UTGST plus CGST. Half of will, okay, they will apportion half. Don't forget. Okay.
Yes.
If the buyer and seller are in, let us say, Madhya Pradesh, both of them, then what will happen? SGST plus CGST, half. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Second type of sale. Interstate. Interstate, right everybody? Sale.
Yes.
That is buyer and seller are in different state or union territory. That means if the sale, okay, or supply of goods or services done in a different state or UT, let us say goods specifically, then earlier what used to happen? CST used to come into picture. CST, Central Sales Tax. Now we have only and only IGST, okay? One single rate, IGST. Now this IGST directly goes to the government, okay? Which government, sorry? Central government. Did you understand? So even IGST goes to the central government. Just like CST used to go. Done? Third, purchase I'm talking about. That is imports. Okay. So if you're doing some import of services or goods, the buyer is in India or outside India?
Outside
If
India.
we say buyer, if we say
Buyer is-
import,
Buyer is in India.
and supplier is outside India.
Outside.
है ना? Yes, everybody? Clear, everybody?
Yes.
So can we tax the seller over here?
No.
No. But we can charge customs over here. Okay? So write down. No GST on seller. Okay? However, it is collected indirectly. It is collected indirectly from the buyer. Agreed? It is collected indirectly from buyer by paying what or by using what? Custom duty plus IGST also. Okay? Customs plus IGST. Last,
Export.
export. Buyer is, where is the buyer?
Outside India.
India.
This is export, no, now. Buyer is outside India and supplier or seller is in India. Right, everybody? So what will be taxed? Which tax? No tax. Okay. Why do you think so?
To encourage the export.
Very good. Nice. To earn more forex, foreign exchange. right? We promote exports of service and export of goods, obviously, right? Done, everybody? So no GST at all. Since exports are what, bachcho? Promoted. Done, everybody? Yes, tell me.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let me just cover some points from your material also. Study material, okay? For your homework. How many pages are these? 40 pages. Wow. But before, acha. Before question. 35 pages. Yes, everybody? All of you?
Yes, sir.
I'll go through it, don't worry. So direct and indirect asset differences we have seen as such, okay? Right? Okay, everyone? This we have seen, no? Features also we have seen. Yes? All of you?
Yes.
Now this much is not so required, which was genesis of GST in India is not so much required. Okay. The earlier story is not required, but constitutional amendment is required. Okay, everybody? Is required. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Check. Who first of all started the state GSTs? The Telangana, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, Goa, and Bihar were among the first governments which passed their respective state GSTs. Okay. Every state had to pass their own. Understood earlier? Everybody?
Yes.
To be part of that SGST or to collect under SGST, every state had to pass their own SGST. By 30th June 17, because by what? 1st July we had to implement now. All states and UTs had passed their respective SGST and UTGST Act except JNK. From 1st July 17, GST started. And then GST law was extended to JNK on 8th July later on in 17. Yes, Celia?
So why is 7 days difference?
It was JNK that time. That's why maybe they later on changed it. Check. They arrived late to the party. That Article 370 was there not until that time.
Yes, sir.
JNK was still part of your Article 370. And then you could not pass an act without approval of your JNK assembly.
Yes.
CG had no power over that to levy directly or to tell them to you should pass it. But every country, entire country is changing, so they had to. Okay. Now let me just give you a small brief about Compensation Act or Compensation Cess. Compensation means, see, there was studies done, and it was understood that once GST comes into picture, there will be states who will lose their revenue because of GST, and there will be states who will earn more because of GST. Okay. So for first 5 years, an extra compensation cess was allowed, that you can levy compensation cess for what? To recover your loss of revenue. Are you understanding the point here? To recover from your loss of revenue. So it was allowed for some states for first 5 years that you can charge extra compensation cess also. Yes, everybody? So that whatever is the loss of revenue compared to what? VAT, that could be compensated. Yes, everyone? Done, everybody? Chalo. Just go through the deficiency of VAT, etc. You'll get the point. Okay. Yes, one of the examples, if I remember correct, that pay attention. If I say sale of computer, everybody within the state, what was applicable? VAT was there, isn't it, everybody? Yes, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it be illogical? It will be stupid if I charge service tax also on the same, isn't it? Impossible. Because computer is what after all? Goods.
Goods.
Is it right?
Yes.
But there were transactions that it was considered as goods also and service also. Why? Because the acts were different and they were defined differently. They were defined differently. Now, for example, if I give you example, sale of, let us say, by royalty. VAT also said on this VAT is applicable, and services also said on this royalty is applicable. So when we used to go into service tax department and tell them, oh sir, on this we have already paid VAT, they're like, we don't care about that. There's also service. Service tax is also applicable on that. I understand earlier. Problem like, let us say, issues like software. VAT will say this is a goods. Service tax will say this is what? Service. Again, tax of both of them, of VAT as well as service tax. This is literally like double taxation, illegal double taxation. But even the courts were helpless because that was defined by constitution and the acts are separate. So even the court could not say that it is exclusive. You know? So on what VAT is charged, service tax should not be charged and vice versa. But still problem. Then let us see if I say very famous examples of food bill, of your restaurant food, restaurant items. What used to happen earlier?
Goods and services rendered.
Yes. You mainly go for what? Food, but the experience also. Experience means what? Service. So on the food bill, both used to be charged what? VAT as well as service tax, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it, Bacho? Did you get it earlier? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if it is alcohol, on alcohol, it was only VAT. That is a different story. Okay. But again, then there was a problem. Then service tax also had to give some clarification. VAT or department also had to give some clarification that entire amount is not food or entire amount is not service also. So they used to do some kind of, again, apportionment or bifurcation. Clear? It used to be very, very critical whether that restaurant has a AC or not. If it has AC, then only service tax applicable. If no, then no service tax. Even that used to be there. So this should be very, very problematic. Anyways, done till here, bacho? So now we have what? Dual GST. That means what? At central level also as well as on the state level also. Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So if it is within the state transfer, what will happen? CGST and SGST. Correct? Intra. If it is interstate, what will happen? Interstate.
IGST.
IGST.
Correct. If it is coming from outside India to India, so what again? IGST plus customs.
Yes.
Yes, everybody? Yeah. From state to union territory also what? IGST. I mean, after all, you are leaving your location, no? Clear?
Yes.
So even from foreign country, if it comes to union territory also, or if a foreign country to state also, that means there is import basically. IGST is there. Correct, everybody? I think they've done some printing. Correct. Within union territory, it is what? CGST plus UTGST. Correct, everybody? This we have written no today.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now check. What are your union territories, bacho? Pay attention. Union territories without legislatures. Okay, that means they are coming directly under the control of central government. Who? Now check. Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Andaman Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Ladakh. Very important, now. Ladakh is a union territory without legislature, right, everybody? Yes or no? Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu are now together. There is a comma. Can you see? After every UT. Here it is. Today only we learned disjunctive or conjunctive. This is what? Conjunctive. And together only. Okay. So here they have given a different and. Here it is a different and. Remember interpretation of statutes? Yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. Okay. So Dadra and Nagar were together. And now Daman and Diu were together. And now they are brought together with this and. Clear?
Yes.
And Chandigarh. Delhi is also there, but Delhi comes under different SGST. are governed by, pay attention, okay, are governed by UTGST Act for levying UTGST. Is it okay?
Yes.
Delhi is your union territory or not?
Yes, it is UT with legislature.
With legislature. Okay. State and UTs have their own legislature. That is Delhi and JNK. And Puducherry also is your this UT only, but with legislature. Okay, they have their own rules and regulations. Hai na? Yes, everybody. So have their own GST legislation for levying SGST. Pay attention. Delhi still has SGST. Puducherry and all have SGST. JNK now will also have SGST. Done till here, all of you?
Yes.
All right.
Earlier, Goa was also UT, no, sir?
Who?
Goa.
1972, 63, what?
I mean, after they got independence from Portuguese, till 1980s or 1990s, it
Possible.
was.
Yeah. Yes. Done till here, all of you? So in Ladakh, pay attention what I was saying. CGST and UTGST is levied for what? Intra, na?
Yes.
Is levied on supply of goods or services or both. In Delhi, pay attention, SGST is applicable. Clear till here? Did you understand or no, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, sir, though it is a UT, just because there is a legislature, SGST is applicable, not UTGST.
Yes. So they will have three special situations. Delhi, JNK and Puducherry having SGST. Okay. Remaining have their own UTGST. Clear? Ladakh is now a UT. Keep that in mind. Clear, everybody? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Now we'll come to other things also. Pay attention. GST is on what? Goods of sales. Goods and service supply. Goods and service. Okay. We will come to another chapter, chapter 3, registration. That time we'll see. Some states have a very specific, you can say special, you can say status. Okay. Pay attention. Every supplier of goods and or services is required to be registered under your GST Act. Okay. Under state or unitary from where he makes the supply. If his aggregate turnover exceeds a particular threshold limit. It is like, for example, we learned in income tax that PAN is required on certain transactions. Isn't it? PAN is required to get yourself PAN. Or we saw in income tax returns that once you cross certain limits, income tax return filing is compulsory. Similarly, in GST, once you cross certain limits, that we will see later on. Okay. You to get yourself registered. Is it okay, everybody? Now pay attention. Understand. Different limits have been given for different states and UTs, depending upon the fact whether the supplier is engaged in exclusively so and so, that we will see. But mainly, every state may have a different, you can say, limit. Now, I cannot compare Maharashtra with Mizoram or Tripura or Sikkim for that matter, isn't it? All of you? The limits will be too high or too slow, low. So to do it little bit on, some states have given some special statuses. Okay. Some states are given what? Special statuses. Okay, till here. So once they cross that limit, only then GST is applicable. The law itself is applicable. Check. States we are discussing with threshold limit of 10 lakhs or above for goods and or services. MMNT, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura are states, but only if your aggregate total exceeds how much? 10 lakhs of goods and or services, then GST is applicable to them. Clear to all of you?
Yes.
Then limit is doubled. Check. States with threshold limit of 20 lakhs or 20 lakhs for both goods and or services. Check who all. Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Sikkim, UK, Uttarakhand, Puducherry, even if it was Union Territory, and Telangana. Yes? New state, na? Still recent state as such. Clear, everybody? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Limit is what? 20 lakhs. Are you understanding what are we discussing? Supply, we're discussing supply or sale. If it is above that limit now in a financial year, then you are coming to the picture of GST. All right.
Yes.
Others check now. Other special states. States with threshold limit of 20 lakhs only for services and 40 lakhs only for goods or goods actually. Check. Okay. Pay attention. It means what? Try to understand that as it will come in next chapter. I mean, another chapter. That means if you're exclusively providing services, then the limit is how much? 20 lakhs. Okay. Threshold limit. Threshold limit, you understand? Just like in TDS we saw, over and above that, then you are in picture of TDS. Similarly, over and above those limits, you are in picture of GST. Clear?
Yes.
So if you're giving only services, limit is what? 20 lakhs. If you're supplying goods, okay, but goods along with services, the limit is what? 40 lakhs.
40
Is it okay?
lakhs.
Check.
Yes.
Goods along with services, sir.
No, sorry, it's only goods. Person engaged exclusively in intrastate supply of goods. Okay, 40 lakhs. Exclusively, sorry. Yes, everybody. So if it is services, how much?
20 lakhs.
20 lakhs. If it is only goods, how much? 40 lakhs. If it is goods and services, then how much? What do you think?
20 lakhs.
20. Okay. So 40 lakhs limit is given to whom?
Before goods.
Only goods. Right, everybody? Yes. And these states are whom? J&K, Assam, Himachal Pradesh, and all other states. Okay, everybody? Done till here? All other states, or you can say all other union territories, everything. Right, everyone? Let me do one thing. Let me tick mark for you what you have to read. GST Common Portal. GSP is again time pass. GST Suvidha providers. Compensation says. You want to read quickly with it? Chalo, pay attention. A GST compensation says at a specified rate has been imposed under your GST Cess Act 2017 on a specified luxury items or demerit goods, also known as bacho sin goods, SIN. Okay, sin goods. Keep your study material also with you. Okay, open sin goods like pan masala, tobacco, aerated waters, motor cars, etc. Computed on the value of taxable supply. It is leviable on intrastate only and interstate supplies with a view and interstate with a view to provide for compensation to the states for the loss of revenue arising due to implementation of GST, because they shifted from VAT to GST. Okay, it should be provided to a state for a period of 5 years from the date on which the state brings its SGST Act into force. Yes. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. One more year remaining now, isn't it? All of you.
Yes.
The most important now, please pay attention. What is still part of GST or what is not part of GST still? Okay. There are some items which the governments, both the government, central as well as excise, are not able to leave from their revenue. Okay. For example, alcohol for human consumption. Pay attention now. So GST is levied on all goods and services, but except alcoholic liquor for human consumption and petrol, crude, diesel, your petroleum crude, diesel, petrol, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas. Natural gas, bacho, the gas which is coming at your home, if at all, either by cylinder or by pipeline. On that, check your invoice once you get. You will see there is still levied VAT on that. Right, everybody? By the trader, supplier. Are you getting till here? Yes, everybody? And now that is the reason many people are shouting, or even the governments are, central government is shouting that we can take. Are you aware or not? I think this much common sense or general knowledge you might have. Petrol price before taxes is how much as of today?
47.
47.
47.
Take it 50 rupees, let us say. I'm talking of only before taxes. I'm not talking about the supplier price or you can say the company's profit margin, transport charges, the dealer's commission, etc. Everything, dealer's profit and whatever transport charges. Only taxes I'm talking about. Only taxes. Today, if the petrol price is 100 or 105, that means almost taxes is how much percentage? Did you understand or no?
100%.
Is only in taxes. Clear? Check the tax rate. Can I say tax rate over here is how much? 100%. Everybody understood here? All of you? Now, why it is 100%? Because both the taxes are applicable over here. Excise also, VAT also. Central is also taking taxes. State is also taking taxes for this specific item over here. But in GST, if at all it comes under GST, the GST highest tax rate is 28% only. Do this. 50 plus 28% is how much?
64.
Huh?
64.
64. Yes, everybody? Hai na? Got it till here? But what do you think? Why the government is not doing?
They are not ready to share their revenue.
They are not ready to share the revenue, and there is a huge loss of revenue. Huge loss of revenue. And there is a sudden huge loss of revenue to the government. Hai na? And then there is no compensation plan, no backup plan. And plus they have to do vaccination and this and that. So they have lots of expenditure. That's why they are not covering or they are not reducing the taxes on this also. Or they are not bringing it under GST for higher tax rates. Now pay attention. There are two different, you can say, things you have to understand over here. Two categories of goods we saw. Okay, two categories of goods we saw on which GST is not applicable. One is what? Alcohol for human consumption. Alcohol can be used in maybe medical purposes also. That is different. And even in your, what do you have? Hand sanitizer also you have alcohol. But is that for human consumption? No. In medicines, cough syrup, remember?
Yes.
Yes, but they are taken in something else. Isn't that as a medicinal? Okay, that is medical. Right, everybody?
Right.
Similarly, there are some drugs also, but which are used in medical purpose also. That is different. Anyways, coming back to here, we're talking alcoholic liquor for human consumption. That is one category. And another category is all your these crude oils, diesel, petrol, ATF, natural gas. Okay. Yes. Pay attention. What have they done with these two separate, you can say, categories of goods? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption is outside the scope of GST. It is not recognized as goods in GST. That means GST has not touched this particular product. Are you understanding? So the manufacture or production of alcoholic liquor continues to be subject to what? State excise duty, and interstate or intrastate sale is again levied to what? CST and VAT. Clear? Still, we are paying the older taxes for these products. Which one? Alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Clear till here, all of you? Yes or no? But pay attention.
Yes.
Pay attention. But for these products, okay, as regards petroleum, crude, diesel, etc., are concerned, they are not presently leviable to GST. Means they are not yet charged to GST. Okay, they are part of GST, but tax rate is not given. So GST will be levied on these products from a date to be notified by on the recommendation of the GST Council. Not yet recommended. Okay, so GST Council also we have to see what is will happen. Okay, till here, bacho, understood or no? Therefore, your old tax rates are still continuing on this also, petroleum also. So central excise duty continues to be levied on manufactured production of all these products, and interstate or intrastate sale of the same is also levied to CST or VAT. Are you understanding or no? Yes, everybody. So that is the reason you still have on these two products. Earlier tax rate is still leviable. Clear, Delhi bacho? Then or no?
Yes.
So for alcoholic liquor, you have what? State excise over here. Okay, state excise, and VAT will be there if it is intra within the state. And for these, you have what? Central excise. Okay, and again VAT if it is again intra, the sale is, isn't it? Bacho? Excise is for what? Manufacturing, and VAT is for what? Sale. Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Tobacco, again a sin product, is within the purview of GST, and GST is liable on tobacco. However, the Union government has also retained the power to levy excise also on tobacco and tobacco products manufactured in India. So it is subject to GST as well as central excise duty. Clear? Opium, Indian hemp, and other narcotic drugs and narcotics. Okay. So opium, I think all these things, they are called something else in Hindi, hai na? In local language. Indian hemp and other narcotics are within the purview of GST. So GST is leviable on them again, but however, state had the rights. So state governments have also retained the power. They have not left for this particular product to levy excise duties on such products manufactured in India. So resultantly again, opium, Indian hemp, and other narcotic drugs are subject to GST and state excise. Tobacco, GST plus, tell me, central excise. Are you understanding or no? Everybody, tell me, got it or no?
Yes, sir.
Pakka? Last but not the least, real estate is outside the sector of GST. Now understand, there is again but a story for that. That is, GST is not leviable on sale purchase of immovable property. Fine. But GST is still levied differently, but okay, everybody. On immovable property, okay, everybody pay attention. GST is not applicable when you're buying from the builder. Only and only if it is immovable property, it means it is a ready-made property. So GST is not applicable if it is a ready-made property. Understood or no? But if you enter into agreement with the builder that yes, you want a property, in that case, he is providing you service of construction as well as providing you what all the goods, brick, cement, steel, everything. Did you understand or no? Yes. So when the property is under construction, taxes are levied. But once the property is completely ready, on that now immovable property, GST is not applicable. Clear, all of you?
Yes.
Yes. I'll just take mark what you should read. Taxes subsumed, understood? Consumed by GST or absorbed by GST. Read that.
Sir,
Very.
here, I mean, they are saying that GST is not will not be levied on any immovable property. But if you are getting any benefit out of that immovable property, then GST is applicable on that. For example,
Rent.
like, huh?
Rent.
No, not rent. I mean, if you are getting like, for example, like Statue of Unity, that is immovable property.
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Unity.
Unity. Entry
Statue of
ticket
Unity.
GST is leviable, no?
Yes.
Yeah. That is admission to, that will come under admission to a particular area. Admission. It is just like your stadium, going to a stadium.
Okay.
Or admission to a cinema hall, that category.
Achha.
Or admission to a amusement park. It will come in that category. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
All right. This again table has to be by hearted, okay, for you, which all have come under GST.
And sir,
Central excise and additional excise duties, service tax, excise duty under Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Act, CVD, that is countervailing duty. Countervailing was means something like customs, like when you used to import something, then what used to happen, that the government is losing some of the other taxes in India. So it's like, okay, pay customs as well as further more taxes to the government. Okay. So there's countervailing duty and special countervailing duty. CST, central surcharges and cesses insofar as they relate to the supply of goods and or services. And over here, state taxes, state surcharges and cesses insofar as they relate to again supply of goods and services. Entertainment tax, very, very, very important. If levied by state, that became part of GST. But very important, if levied by local bodies, still not part of GST. This is important. Star mark this, highlight this. Okay. So entertainment taxes by state government is part of GST now, but entertainment taxes levied by local bodies are still separately chargeable. Clear? Then tax on lottery, betting and gambling, that was state tax, gone to GST. Entry tax of all forms and purchase tax, GST. VAT and sales tax, GST. Luxury tax used to be charged, okay? on hotels also. This we had seen in that multiplex we used to work at E Square. So on your basic tariff rate, even service tax, luxury tax, both these taxes are applicable. Okay. And taxes on advertisements also applicable. You can see the holdings on that again. Advertisement tax on advertisement was applicable. Even now, all these now went into one single tax known as GST. Clear till here? Yes.
Yes.
So, alcohol for human consumption, state still with state. So no GST. It is not in the purview of GST. Clear? This has come into GST, but no tax rate has been defined for these products. Petroleum. Very important. Local bodies, entertainment tax, still not part of GST. Understood, everybody? Tobacco with excise duty also. GST plus excise duty. Which one central? And which one we had? Opium, hemp, etc. GST plus state excise. Understood or no?
Yes.
You can write on here also opium. GST plus state. Over here we should write down central. Excise they are saying. So state excise. You can read this benefits of GST, okay? Constitutional provision is important. Article number or amendment number is asked, okay? It is asked in MCQs, it can be asked. That why we needed to require, why you needed to change the, you can say constitution and all. Okay? We'll go through this tomorrow then in the next lecture. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
We have covered it as such, but let us go through some paragraphs or sentences also later on. Is it okay?
Yes,
Fine,
sir.
everybody? This we have, I think I told you in brief. Go through it, read through it. Is it all right, everybody?
Yes.
Yes? Clear?
Yes.
All right, everybody. So if take out time, don't go for this illustration and all. See this this is okay. I'll just star mark. Features of indirect tax is important. Okay. Legislative framework is important. Other things we are going to do as it is. Don't do the illustration. I'll be taking it. I mean, I'll take care of the illustration, all the examples, practical questions. You read GST Common Portal. Okay. This also. GSP, Suvidha Providers. This we have done. Yeah. Constitution, yes, we have to do. Okay. Constitutional amendments, we have to do. They are important. That's it then. Where is GST Council? Yes, important. That is part of now amendment only of the articles. Okay. Read GST Council, bacho, at least. Okay. Done till here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So see you next lecture, everybody. Yeah.